Megan, I want to thank you for meeting with me today to review some of the facts and figures from last quarter.
No problem.
All right, you're a very valued member of our team, and I just want to let you know that. And I want to thank you for meeting with me again. Really quick, I just want to talk to you about our budget that we had last semester. Hey everyone, I'm William.
And I'm Megan. And this is our project for Comm 371, Nonverbal Communications.
Get excited.
It's going to be great. You're in for a treat.
Today we're going to be covering male and female nonverbal communication in the workplace.
Yes. As you saw previously with our attention getter, nonverbal communication in the workplace can either make or break you.
And today we want to establish with you some ways you can make your career instead of breaking it.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm simple as do, re, mi, ABC.
For our presentation today, we want to cover some of the proper techniques using nonverbal communication with the opposite sex in the workplace. Our topics today will include proper proxemics between males and females in the workplace.
It will also include proper oculesics between males and females in the workplace.
We'll also discuss proper kinesics in the workplace between males and females.
And last but not least, we will discuss haptics between males and females in the workplace. Get excited.
The first topic we're going to cover today is proxemics between men and women in the workplace. Now, some things you should know when you're going into the workplace is that men have a much larger bubble, if you will. They're very much more territorial than women, and they like to have their space. So right now, Megan is technically invading my bubble, if you will.
I am, because for women, we have a much smaller bubble. We like to get in one of those space when we're speaking, and sometimes that makes people uncomfortable, especially between male-female communications in the workplace. So we're going to show you what not to do and how to properly.
Here's something that you probably shouldn't do in the workplace.
Hi, William. I just got that proposal you emailed me.
Megan has obviously very much invaded my personal space. She's violated my proxemics in a lot of ways, and I don't really feel comfortable. Here's a way that Megan should have handled the situation. Hey Megan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, William? I got that email you just sent me.
Awesome.
Okay, great.
Megan's handshake helped to diffuse my issues that I had with her coming into my personal space and invading my territory. By doing this, she's established a relationship with me and made me want to invite her into my personal space.
Look at me now. Look at me now. Oh.
Our second point is oculesics. Now, this means eye contact and how you use your eyes to communicate in the workplace. Now, this can either make a relationship comfortable or it can make a relationship very uncomfortable. Let's show you how.
Here's some inappropriate eye contact, if you will.
Hi, William. I heard that you... My eyes are up here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss BICKHAM. And here's an appropriate example of eye contact.
Hi, William. I got that email you sent me earlier today.
As you noticed, my eyes never drifted from Megan's eyes. We maintained constant eye contact, and I did not look at any part of her body other than her eyes.
Now, contact doesn't only apply to inappropriate behavior. If you're looking off into space when somebody's talking to you, it's just giving them the opinion that you're disinterested in what they're saying. So, just in order to not be rude, you should keep eye contact with people.
Constant eye contact. But don't
Yes.
make it creepy. Don't
Yeah,
wink
don't
at
do the
people.
whole like
Exactly.
oh, you can blink. Blinking is good.
Make it normal. Make your eyes show that you're compassionate. Make your eyes show that you're not bored.
Yes.
Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that.
For our third topic, we're going to talk to you about kinesics, or body language, if you will. Now, men tend to be more thoughtful in their body language when they're interacting with women or with their male counterparts in a conversation. For instance, a male might be more to sit and kind of think or ponder on what you're saying when you're talking to them.
And in the workplace, women, between kinesics, they tend to be more talking with their hands, as I'm doing now. Women really like to talk with their hands, and they also like to give you signs of affirmation as you are speaking. They'll most likely be nodding. They might even throw in a few like, yes, you're right, in there. And just because men don't do that, women, you shouldn't think that they're not listening to you or hearing what you're saying. We just communicate in different ways. These are just things to be aware of. You don't have to change the way you communicate when it comes to kinesics if you're talking about it in that aspect, but you should just be aware that people are going to communicate differently based on their sex.
And another way to tell if people are listening to you when you're talking to them in a conversation, particularly when they're male or female, is if they're turned towards you in a more conversational aspect. For instance, me being turned towards Megan like this means that I want to engage with her, I want to talk to her. However, if Megan has turned towards me and she's wanting to have a conversation with me, and I'm turned towards the opposite way, I'm not really interested in what she has to say. I don't want to have any work with her. Another thing you should be mindful of when in the workplace and dealing with kinesics between the opposite sex is object-focused adapters. Now, in my hand, I have a pen, a nice green pen. However, in the workplace, this can be something that gives you away, if you will. For instance, Megan comes into my office and we're talking and I'm playing with the pen. Now, as she's talking, I'm putting the pen around my mouth and kind of, like using the pen to display how I might feel towards Megan.
If you're catching the drift where you're going with here. Just basically, don't be suggestive in the workplace, whether it's on purpose or not, you should be aware of it. As a woman, we play with our hair a lot. Guys can get the wrong signal from that, and it can make them uncomfortable if they don't feel the same way, and even if they do, this is usually frowned upon in the workplace. So make sure that you're not twirling your hair or giving off the appearance that you are interested in them romantically.
And watch the pens.
Watch the pens.
When I think about you, I touch myself.
Our fourth topic to hit on is haptics in the workplace between male-female communication. Now, haptics is touch, and as you saw in our attention getter, that can make things very uncomfortable in 2.5 seconds, maybe less than that. So we're going to show you what's okay and not okay when it comes to touch.
All touching in the workplace, regardless of if you're dealing with your opposite sex or not, should be very light and short.
Yes.
Do not linger and do not make it firm. You don't want to push someone over.
No, you don't want to do that.
Particularly if you're a male dealing with a female. That can get kind of
Also,
weird.
Didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
Also, it's very important if a woman has her shoulders exposed or a shirt with a lower back, which hopefully she doesn't have in the workplace in the first place, but if she does, do not touch her in these areas. That makes people uncomfortable. Skin-to-skin contact, not okay.
Whenever you're making skin-to-skin contact, you're kind of jumping ahead of the professional development world, and you're kind of jumping ahead of the workplace acceptable world. You're being very intimate in your touch. You're making contact skin-to-skin, so that needs to be avoided.
Definitely. And now we're going to show you the proper way to shake hands between males, females, males and males, and females, because it applies to everyone.
Now guys, don't break the female's hand when you're going to shake.
No.
It's a little bit different when you're dealing with male to female, but the same rules apply.
Yes, and make sure that your handshake is firm, like he said, but not too hard, because the limp handshake, that's just not okay. It doesn't make people uncomfortable. Some people may get uncomfortable with that, but at the same time, it just makes you feel very weak and reserved, and you don't seem to be very confident. This is the proper handshake. 3 seconds, eye contact.
Notice
Boom.
my eyes didn't linger anywhere near Megan's areas that are unacceptable when in the workplace, and we maintained constant eye contact and had a firm handshake that lasted for only 3 seconds, and it was short and it served its purpose.
We want to thank you for watching our video, and we really hope that after seeing this video, your relationships in your workplace will be more comfortable and you are more aware of what is acceptable and what is unacceptable.
Hopefully you can take what you've learned about proxemics between males and females, oculesics between males and females, kinesics between males and females, and also haptics between males and females in the workplace, and apply that to when you're going out and getting your own job so you can make that job, not break that job.
Don't break that job. Seacrest out.